Hey guys, thanks for joining me for another Dissidia Final Fantasy Opera Omnia video. Today we're going to do my 6-man part 2 fight here. This is pre-recorded, so I did get this done while I was sick and recorded on my phone, so I'm going to do a slightly less sick voiceover of it, but my voice is still a little shot, but I'm feeling pretty decent here. Pretty much all 6 slots on my team were used effectively. The only one I would say that I probably wasted a little bit was Arciela. So my idea with Arciela was I wanted to HP silence right away, which I do right here. But the problem is I think I end up pushing it off right away and it doesn't really matter. But I just had her there as a safety net. So you can see here my team is Lunafreya, Edge, Arciela, Cissnei, Tidus, and Laguna. So Laguna, I just pop in right away. So Laguna and Cissnei are just there for follow-ups, basically. And my plan is I just want to ride Tidus' BT and Force with having double follow-ups. So I go ahead and put Desperado on right away. And once again, the debuffs are already pretty heavy on the enemy, so I want to make sure I get that on while I still can. And, you know, Arciela just gets overridden, so it doesn't really matter. They're still on right now, but I think I override it here pretty quick. Lunafreya here is just here to enable the party and get the force gauge up. So she's just going to make my party members stronger, help me get the force gauge up. I think one of the trickiest things to navigate in this fight is the HP is tough to navigate because you're kind of on a constant HP poison. So between your 6 characters, you got to make sure that you heal up their HP before you finish the fight. The other thing that's hard about this fight is the bosses are very aggressive. And they do that because this quest features so many characters with lockout abilities. So you have Arciela with the HP silence, you've got Eldnarsh with the terror, you've got Yuri with the 100% blind, you've got Gladio with his tanking. So literally, they're doing as much as they can to make you want to use those characters. They want you to lock out the enemies, make it so they can't attack or that you can dodge it. So you're going to notice I basically keep Edge in the entire time. And so he's my main way of dealing with the aggressiveness. His Edge's EX makes it so that I have 100% evade party. So I'm going to make it so I basically just evade everything out. You'll notice I did opt to quick pair Edge right away here. This is to get Edge a lot of turns right away to build up his EX gauge as quickly as possible. So my thought was Arciela's HP silence would kind of hold off until I got Edge's EX up. You can see that got way pushed off, so it didn't even really matter. So Arciela's slot kind of just got messed up. Arciela, I hope with her next upgrade, and I don't know if JP's gotten her next upgrade or not, like whenever her force comes, I hope they make her HP silence framed, because that's always been the weakness of it. It's just way too easy to push off. I really want that to end up being a framed thing, right? But essentially, all I do in this fight is I kind of get Edge's evasion going, so I do start with his self-evasion. And you can see Edge can't even lock the enemies, because that's why we saw that miss there, is because they're full of debuffs. So Edge can't even get his lock. So that's the one thing, like with using Laguna, is he just tosses on so many debuffs just from appearing on the screen. That's something I kind of had to sacrifice because I wanted to have that right? So yeah, we kind of just get things going here. Edge doesn't have his EX up yet. So what I do is I do opt to do Rydia LD, because this I believe also does activation. So this is just another stall tactic in case the enemies start taking turns. I really just want to keep myself safe, right? And then I think I just do a shock here. Yeah, and shock does help with the EX gauge. So now Edge is ready for his next turn. So we just have to deal with the enemies attacking once here. Unless I get another break in, I don't remember. Alright, so Laguna is basically done. So I bring in Tidus. So I can kind of start to get Tidus working. And I want to get his winning spirit up right away, so I just do the EX right away there to get his follow-ups going. And so basically all I need to do is I can basically get to the point where I start to kind of EX charge. Or sorry, force charge. And then I just need to get like Cissnei in and get that going, right? So I decide to quick charge Tidus to give him a bunch of turns to kind of maybe start to set him up. And I'm thinking, yeah, I'm not remembering what I did next year, but yeah, we pop the AA. Trying to remember if I do more. Yeah, so I go LD to give Lunafreya a bunch of turns here, and then I can kind of force charge a little bit more. So at this point, I'm kind of ready just to push into Tidus right away. And they've got Desperado up. The thing that's kind of crazy with this fight is I do this force combo twice, all while keeping Desperado up, because I steal so many turns, and I just don't let the enemies act, that I can actually get through 2 entire force times with Desperado active. And that's basically all I do, is basically 2 Tidus force times with Desperado and Cissnei, and that's all it takes to take these guys out. Now, I do opt, I think it is kind of strategic to kind of focus on one enemy. So the enemy on the right, I believe they're the ones doing all the nasty HP poison stuff. The enemy on the left has some nasty gauges that make it so like when you heal, you actually like, take damage instead. So the enemy on the left is pretty nasty too. But I basically deal so much damage in these force times that you go through the gauges pretty quick. And that's kind of the strat here, is you want to just burn through these their thresholds very, very quickly. Alright, so yep, now I'm really pushing towards the force time here. And I'm pretty sure I go for it right here. I don't think I mess around. Because I've got Tidus set up with all those turns. He's like ready to go. So I'm like, yeah, I kind of want to just get Lunafreya done. And I want to swap in Lunafreya for Cissnei is kind of the plan. So yeah, I burned through all my energy heals here, or a lot of them. I think I even do another LD because I'm going to run out of skill uses. So I pop another LD. I don't care. I just want to get this rolling, right? And I've got it set up so that Tidus is getting the heavy buff, because Tidus and Edge are both getting heavy buff every time she does the LD. And then I manually gave Tidus the quick buff. So Tidus is going to be looking really good here. And this ended up being a pretty clean run. So once again, just burning through my energy heals again. And then I'm basically getting it to the point where I know that I'm good. So right here, I think I go into Cissnei, because at 94.6, I know I'm good. So yeah, we opt to go into Cissnei here, and then we're going to go ahead and LD. I wanted to put the call on, but obviously I don't have any spots for it. But I do the AA, just because that'll put a little bit more stunt and push the gauge up just a teeny bit. Then we get the LD up. And we're going to get the follow up, and then that should push us up to 100 or pretty close to it. Edge's attack for sure will get us there. But yeah, so now Edge has the EX ready to go. So now we're just like perfect. So Edge's EX is going to go, give us party evasion. Yep. By the way, I know I don't have background music. That's because my voice is shot and I don't want to try to talk over my own music, right? So I know it might be a little bit quieter than normal. Alright, so now I just go for it here. So I pop the FR right away. Now the thing is I do want to have Tidus' burst effect up. So I actually do Tidus' burst attack right away, and then I think I go into burst phase. Because I want to get double counters, and that's going to just help us. Now realistically, I probably should have used the burst attack first and then gone FR. But that's fine. So we do burst attack here. This is going to give me double shots, basically. And then the big thing with Tidus is you gotta watch his winning spirit. You don't want that to fall off. So I just make sure I'm doing the right attacks to upkeep winning spirit at all times. So that I'm keeping those double counters, or those double follow-ups. You can see we already got the right enemy at 77%. We're just entering our first force time. So we're gonna burst him down quite a bit here. I think we get him almost to dead. So this absolute zero pops off, but he just gets an absolute miss. So nothing. And then Edge is getting counters on that, and then we're getting Desperado, and then we're going to have Cissnei. So now, yeah, we just go right into burst. Realistically, I probably could have done one more attack and then gone into burst, but that's fine. And so now I'm trying to do as many free action abilities as possible, while also upkeeping winning spirit. Which I think, because I do that, I think my winning spirit's up to like 5 turns or something right here. So I think we're not really going to let it fall off. And then it's just like Damage City, right? This is kind of how Tidus operates. It's kind of tough because like the game is just like insistent on locking out Cam. So in this fight, like you can't paralyze or lock them. So once again, they lock Cam out again. Because Cam is what I did on my initial run, and I found out very quickly that wasn't going to work. So then my next best strat I thought was Tidus for just being a very aggressive strategy. I did try like a more defensive run, but that didn't work out as well as I wanted to. The enemies aren't usually always physical attacks. When you put in multiple tanks, it gets a little sloppy because not all of them can counter. If like one covers and the other one doesn't counter, things like that. So you really have to have like the right setup for that to work. And to me, I thought this more aggressive route was just way more efficient. Plus, I could just do it all these thresholds, right? So you can see we're just busting through these thresholds like crazy here. The damage is so satisfying too on these force tanks. And yeah, with the double shots, like just so much damage. And then they're getting the Cissnei follow-ups. It's pretty crazy. So basically what happens here is we get through this first force time and I just bum rush into a second one, and then that's basically the fight. So we'll kind of talk through as we go here. I know my voice definitely doesn't sound great right now, but we're getting there. I was just getting so behind that video and I just want to push these out while I can, and then hopefully for the vein stuff, that should be coming out in a few days. Hopefully my voice will be 100% by then, we'll see. It'll be iffy because, like, so I literally, I went to work Monday. And Monday I was already feeling pretty bad. By Monday night, my voice was shot. And I haven't gone to work the rest of the week. So 4 days in a row. Second week of school, definitely hate that. Like, I like being with my students as much as possible. And especially this early in the semester. So it's been very frustrating. Not being able to go to work this week. So I don't care how I'm feeling Monday, I'm going into work. But it could, like, depending on where my voice is at, I don't know, my voice might regress a little bit, we'll see. But I'm going to try to keep everything going. So I'm just tired of not doing stuff. Like, I need to be active, I want to be getting my videos done, I want to get back to work. You can see, coming out of that burst, we got the boss on the right jump. I think he's going to be just about dead by the time we get through this force time here. So Tidus now can quick hit if I want, which I think is what I do. I just take my free turns. I'm doing so much damage, still getting like 50% up on the force. Doing all these follow-ups, pushing enemies back. It's just so devastating, right? Yeah, 53%. With all the follow-ups, like, we are just nuking, right? And then the counter, which is going to trigger Edge here. This is going to be a big fat counter at 545%. And this is his big counter. So this does a ton of damage. So having Edge in here, like, this is just such a good team comp for this fight. Just ridiculous. Edge, honestly, has been one of my MVPs of Shinryu. Edge is just so freaking good. Absolutely love him. So I think I opt to, I don't remember if I oh no, I just quick hit again. Yeah, and the reason why I quick hit is I wanted the free turn. I know it's the last turn, but I know that I'm going to potentially have some follow-ups coming in. So I've got that goes after it pushes up. Got Desperado. Okay, and then I was thinking he might do a counter holy, but he didn't. But because of all the follow-ups I had, that was worth it to do a quick hit. So yeah, the first boss is basically dead, right? So yeah, then I energy rain. And then basically all I have to do is just recharge my force gauge and then just do it again. So yeah, and I literally, like, the only attacks the enemies are getting are threshold attacks, right? So yeah, so I decide let's get Cissnei out. Let's go back to Lunafreya. Definitely want the energy heals now because Tidus is sitting there at 1 hit point, right? And then I think I used my last LD here to push Lunafreya a bunch more turns. I'm pretty sure that's what I opt to do is LD here. I think I'm thinking about it. Because I only have 1 energy heal. Oh yeah, I have my free heavy prayer to use. So sure, pop the free heavy prayer. I probably should have quick prayed because they're going to get heavy prayer automatically. Okay, I decided not to go to LD yet. I thought I did there, but... I'm trying to remember if I actually maybe let the enemies go through their force time. I might have. Yeah, because they're already at 85. So maybe I opt to let the enemies get their force time done first. As long as I know I've got Edge, I can dodge out, right? So I think that's what I don't think it's wise to push into mine with them having their force time up, but maybe that's what I do. It's been a few days since I recorded this, actually, so... Yeah, I thought about taking Tidus out and doing something else there, but I'm like, nah, I think I just keep Tidus. Yeah, just slash combo, it's fine. I mean, we almost got that right enemy dead. Alright, so yep, there's their force. Once again, they got lethal damage up, but we're fine, because we got edge. So yeah, they're just missing. Oh yeah, I definitely waited for the force, because I knew he was going to Northern Cross. The worst thing that can happen is to be in your force time when they hit this, because it's literally burning your force turns. It'll just ruin everything. So I just let this go, and what happens is the enemies just like burn through their force, right? And because we have edge, like, we're good. This is how they're pushing Yuri, because they want them, you know, to be during Yuri's burst effect or whatever. Or to have terror debuff on or something. Yep, that's fine, you're just gonna miss. Or just 0 HP damage, and I think I might have had a Raijin call or something on there. Or I had something making it so they couldn't gain Brave. I don't know, but we took no damage, so it was fine. And I'm just checking like my HP threshold at this point, seeing where I'm at. And now I've got force time up, right? So I think I energy heal here for sure. I know I don't use Lunafreya's force. I definitely do Tidus's force. I might have LD'd here actually just to get some free turns. I don't remember. I'm thinking about it. Put the AA on. Then I've got a quick prayer I could use. I use heavy prayer again. Yeah, see, then I'm smart. I'm like, no, I should quick prayer here. Because I'm going to get heavy prayer if I LD. Alright, so yep, then I go opt for a heal, which we definitely need that big fat heal. Yep, and our HP threshold is good at this point. So then we go back into Cissnei, get the LD effect up, and then we're just off to the races again. This might take out Bunny on the right. Nope, not quite yet. And then this should miss. Yep. And then, yeah, we just can force in. And then Tidus still has 4 turns of burst effect. So we're still going to get double shots here for a few turns, right? And the nice thing with Tidus, he's built around instant turns anyway, so you don't have to have his burst phase to spam turns. You can just naturally do it with his kit. So we did his burst phase already in the first one. We finished off that right enemy. Now we just got to deal with this left enemy, and he's going to get out of here pretty quick. Really, my only danger here is that HP threshold, right? That we got to make sure we meet that, because we are still taking the poison. But I think with that right enemy dead, I think the poison actually stops. We'll double check here as we take turns. Let me see. Yeah, I think the poison is gone. And what's really nice is by getting rid of that first enemy, we've got the poison under control. And then this left enemy, we just have to make sure we don't heal ourselves until we get through his. I think we have to get him under 20%. And then we're free to like heal up. But he's going to enter a threshold here where like healing makes us take damage. So that's why it is smart to kind of take these guys out one at a time. To deal with the poison first, and then we can deal with the HP like heal second. And as long as you have edge protecting you, you just can't die. And now I can spam quick hits. And then basically watch that I keep my winning spirit up. My winning spirit's got 3 turns. So we're free to just spam quick hits for days. And my HP threshold's still good. So I'm like, yep, let's just keep quick hitting. And I think if I have an LD, I just do another LD and just go to town. Yep, another HP damage. I don't even think I have to heal again. Yep, just LD again. I got the skill uses, so we literally can just spam this entire force time. I think this guy's gonna be out of here. And once again, my HP threshold was fine. I was at like 20,000 out of 30, so I was good. So yeah, I think we just take it to the house here. Let's see. Because right now I think if I tried to heal, would it take HP damage instead? But once we get up under that last threshold, then we're free to heal. Yeah, I don't even think this enemy survives the force time. I think he's just out of here. Winning Spirit's at 2, so I'm still getting in, and then I think I either have to AA or do that. Yep. Yep, now we can HP recover again. So now we're just smooth sailing the rest of the way. But yeah, this actually is a tough fight if you don't have the right characters to deal with it. Yeah, we summon for extra damage. Checking my HP threshold again, making sure we're okay there. Might as well LB again, big damage, right? Knowing that my HP threshold was fine, I know I'm just going to coast to the end here. We're not getting double shots, but that's fine. And look, he still has 2 turns of Desperado. So, like, we rode that Desperado the entire fight. And literally, Laguna, like, we brought in on, what, the first or second turn? And because we, like, denied so many enemies, we just rode that Desperado the entire fight. And the enemies are just taking so much off-turn damage during these force times. It's just crazy. And I used the AA to keep up my winning spirit. And then, yeah, it's just too much. I think he's better here. Yeah, right there. So we didn't even finish that second force. We had even more damage coming. So, anyways, guys, there you go. That's my 6-man fight. I think at the end here I'll show my team screen. So if you want to pause it and like look at that screen if you want to try the same team. Honestly, Arciela was irrelevant here. So if there's a different character you wanted to slot in, you could put something else in there. But yeah, that's my first half of my team. And then my second half of my team is right there. So anyways, guys, hope this helps. Thanks for watching. We'll catch y'all on the next one.